The well-known book called Unbroken is about a man's struggle through life, war, and post-war. It was recently made into a movie, but like most movies, they're unable to cover the entire book within 3 hours. The movie does a good job covering Louis Zamborini's story from Olympics to war, except the movie misses the point where after the war he struggles with PTSD and his desires to give his life to God. There are astounding lessons to be taught through Unbroken. He wasn't expecting to live through the plane crash or being a prisoner of war, but with the help of his fellow soldiers and God, he was able to never give up. As a kid, Louis Zamborini was a troublesome one, and his family moved from California to Italy, so this kind of made him a perfect target for being bullied, so he kind of felt out of place. Louis' older brother got him out of trouble a lot. He was getting tired of him getting out of trouble, so as a good substitution, he put him on the track team, or he assisted him getting on the track team. His brother pushed him to run every single day, and his brother would tell him, if you can take it, you can make it. This meant a lot to Louis, even as he got older into his adult years, and especially when he was on the boat in the middle of the ocean and getting beat up by the guards at the prison camps. This saying, if you can take it, you can make it, has a great lesson for all to know and to never give up. Don't let life knock you down, but if it does, get back up again.
Same old light is shining.
While being a prisoner of war, Louis was handpicked to radiocast on Japan's radio station to his family. The people at the radio station wanted to keep him casting for them, basically, during the war. This would relieve him from ever going back to any prison camps, and he would eat the finest food and live at the fanciest hotel. Even with all these great perks, Louis refused to cast for them. He looked at the story they wanted him to say in the next broadcast, and it was completely demeaning and horrible to the United States. Louis knew that he had to stand up for what he believed in and to say no to the radio station. This action took him back to the camp, unfortunately, but Louis would never say such horrible things about his country. He stood up for what he believed in. This is a considerable lesson that should be taught to all.
You're a lover, I'm a runner, and we go round.
There are horrifying stories told by soldiers during the war. They see things that stick with them for the rest of their lives. It is up to the person to decide what they will do with themselves after the war. Some turn to alcohol. They believe that it will make them forget about everything once they're drinking a lot. Others have a severe case of PTSD. This makes them lose their minds and most likely harm the ones they love. Unfortunately, in this story, Louis Zamborini experienced both of these. His life was hard after the war. His wife was very worried with him, so she urged him to go to a Billy Graham crusade. The second night into the event, Louis gave his life to the Lord. After hearing about his forgiveness and salvation, he was truly saved by Jesus. This was a life-changing event for Louis Zamborini. The night after being saved, he poured all of his alcohol down the drain. His recurring nightmares that he had every night from the war stopped immediately. God's forgiveness and salvation saved Louis. Louis realized that since he had been forgiven, he must forgive others as well. While being in the prison camps, Louis endured constant cruel abuse from Sergeant Mushiro Wannabe. I'm not saying that right. The other soldiers called him the Bird. Louis kept thinking about him and that he should be murdered. He thought horribly about him after all of that time of being abused by him. But after being saved by the Lord, Louis knew that was wrong thinking. So he decided to forgive the Bird instead.
I can't wait till
I really look up to Louis Zamborini. I think everyone should apply these lessons to their everyday life. Never give up when things are tough. I compare that to most students in my own aspect. There are going to be tough things that are thrown at you, and it's up to you about how you should react to those problems. If you can take it, you can make it. That's what Louis Zamborini's brother told him through his entire life. And believing in something may get you into deep trouble, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a passion for things. That's just fear talking. And stand tall and be strong for what you believe in. I look at my own passion for my faith, and some may push me down when I talk about how great my God is, but they won't make me weary. I know that God will protect me. In the past, I know riots and beatings have happened in the past and are still happening today because of people's uncertainty about faith. And it comes down to just that one person to decide if they will let others put them down or they'll stand back up again. And no matter what the consequences, they'll always still keep believing and they'll still stay strong with what they think. There are remarkable lessons to learn from Unbroken. The most important lesson that I've learned through this book is forgiveness. I know that there will be a lot of times where something irks me to the point of breaking, where I just can't handle it anymore. But I just have to remember the story of Louis and Brady. And I know that he forgave a man who brutally beat him for years during the war. So I think I can forgive someone for messing with me or whatever situation that is. I highly recommend this book for everyone who's seen this, and it will truly change your life.
At a truck stop diner just outside of Lincoln, the night is black as the coffee he was drinking.